What is good, people? I hope you're having a beautiful day. Look at that, we got blue skies. As you can see, the ground pretty wet. That's alright, typical Melbourne weather. Today we're going to be doing a new YouTube video. Obviously, that's why we're here, but we're going to be doing a scooter review. My god, it has been a long time since I've done a review on a scooter. We're going to be doing the Aztek Lucid deck, which is going to be really cool. I recently purchased my first scooter product in a long time the other day. So I purchased this one from Scooter Hut. Obviously got a discount, so cheers to Scooter Hut for that one. But we're going to be doing a review on that one. Before we go into the review, I just want to let you guys know, if you didn't already know, if you don't follow me on Instagram, go follow me right now. But I posted a few days ago that I no longer ride for Urban Art, and Eagle Supply. So I'm able to do reviews again. This is really cool for me. This is a new opportunity. It's going to make my YouTube pop again, I guess, which is going to be really cool. But we're going to go inside and do a bit of a review on the deck, which is going to be sick. Tommy's going to help me out. He's going to help film it, but I had to set the studio up in my room all morning. Obviously, there was people living in there. I got rid of my studio because I wasn't doing reviews anymore, so I turned it back into a room. But because I'm the only human, or only child, I guess you could say, living in this house anymore, my older brother and younger sister actually moved out, so I'm the only one that's here. We've got spare rooms, turned it back into the studio. Really excited to get into it, but we're gonna go inside. I'm gonna show you this Aztek deck. I'm gonna ride it. Well, I've already rode it. I'm gonna tell you about it and see what you think. Alrighty, we're in the studio again. I'm gonna apologize in advance, 1 for the echo and 2 for this big old snake tank over here, if you can see it. Yeah, it's just in here for now because it's more of a storage area. But we finished, or we re-put everything up here. We've got the SIG decks up here, which is really cool. We've got Margin Boo, we've got the Cody wheel, the Hep Greg, got all that kind of stuff. But we're gonna be talking about the Aztek deck right here. So I've had this for a few days now. I've had 2 solid days of riding on it. I'd more say 1. I've had like 2 afternoon sessions on that. That was my book with my notes on it. It's now upside down, but that's okay. Had 2 afternoon sessions on this one, which is really cool. Damn it. And I've actually left the, I took the old brake off and put a fender on there, but I've left it on purely because the brake system is very similar to the Apex, as in the bottom of it is, Tommy, how would you explain what the bottom is?
It's got like a built-in, it's like 2 pieces. That's the best way to explain it. The thread is on the bottom, so you just like can move it to wherever you want. And obviously it is compatible with pretty much every deck. But the bottom is, it's like 2 solid nuts, I guess you could say. So if you it's not a built-in thread.
Yeah, if you guys know what an Apex brake is like, it's very similar to that. But I'm going to quickly get my notes. Give me 1 sec. Put it over here, might be a little bit better, right? So, starting off from the top, we're going to go over here. This Aztek Lucid deck, very, very beautiful. I have it in the black, but it is an 84-degree head tube angle. As you guys can see right here, Tommy, if you can zoom in on that one, I'm getting nice and close. It is fluted inside. So the head tube right here is fluted, obviously to reduce weight. And the head tube here is quite bulky compared to the old one. It is a big, thick boy, but it does feel quite nice to ride. So 84-degree head tube angle. If you take a look at the deck right here, it is a built-in kind of front pegs, I guess you could say, very similar to the back. So the front is it's actually identical to the back. So what this is going to help with right here is crooks. That's the whole idea. So when you're locking into a crook, you obviously want to be grinding on a round surface, just like a 5.0. It's going to be the best way. Honestly, I haven't tested that too much yet, but that's the whole point of today's video. I actually have the 23 long Aztek right here, but when you actually measure it, I'll get the tape measure if it's over here. Chop it in real quick. If we go from the pegs here, I guess you can call it pegs, what you want to call it, back to the pegs, it is 22.75, so just under 23 inches, but if I'm measuring just the deck, that's just over 22 inches, so 22.25. So, bit of false advertising there. Obviously they didn't do it on purpose, and I'm guessing it's more of a China issue than anything. Urban Art had a very, very similar problem as well. Their 23s were actually like 22.75 as well, which is not a bad thing. I actually prefer a smaller deck. I actually would like this in 22 rather than 23, but hey, can't always get what you want. Obviously, the width is 6 wide. If you measure it and like curve to curve, smack bang right on 6 right there, which is nice. We'll get that in there. Curve to curve, it's 6, but if we're on top of the deck, just on the inside, it's just under 6, but that doesn't really matter because it does have the curved edges. You will lose a tiny bit of 50 room and 5.0 room and stuff like that because of the curves. It's not a true square deck. That doesn't matter too much to me. I'm not really picky with that kind of stuff. We're going to flip it upside down. We're going to have a look at the bottom right here, and I'm going to tell you the bottom of the deck here. So with 50 and 50 space, with 24mm wheels, you're going to get a total of 2.5 inches. This is 30mm compatible as well, so if you do ride 30mm wheels, you're going to lose slightly a little bit of 50 and 50 room, which, I mean, it absolutely does nothing. If you think it does, it's all in your head. Nothing to do with much. You're only losing a couple of mil, so not much at all. Flipping back over, we have because it's not 23 inch, I mean, some of them might be 23 inch, I don't know, but this one here isn't 23 inch. We're going to get 17 inches of foot space. So right from the head tube here, right to the, I didn't do to the brake, I did to where the curve is. So that's pretty much smack bang on 17 inches right there, which is really nice foot room. The head tube does stick out, not stick out. The head tube is a little bigger than some decks like Envy's, Urban Art, stuff like that, but I don't really mind. Foot space to me isn't a big deal, but I would prefer more foot space if possible. So the front and back ends here are replaceable as well, so when these do wear down, you can replace them, which is the best thing. But the only thing which is a bit of a downfall to me, not really a downfall, but if you come in here, Tommy, the deck doesn't fully curve around, so you're not technically using this to its full advantage. So if this was cut back a little bit more, you'd have more of a curved surface. But I mean, I haven't really seen if it makes a difference or not. But that's one thing I did notice straight off the bat. As you can see, she's pretty worn in. I can now do Nada spins because my old deck did have a cutout in here, so I'm going to jump on that Nada spin train, try and do some of them, but we're going to put my scooter back together, and we're going to go to the skate park, have a shred. Don't know what skate park I'm going to go to, but hopefully something with some rails, some ledges, and some quad pipes, because I want to do some park stuff and some street stuff for you guys, just to show you the options of this deck. So yeah, 1.5 kilograms if I didn't put that in there, just saying it again, but let's head to the park. Alright, so it's usually a really good time to ride this bowl, but ever since we've had these big buildings built next to Frankston Skate Park, what happens is it creates a huge shadow, so when it rains it takes forever for the bowl to dry. A lot of the skate park on the outside is dry, but we're trying to just got the squeegee, trying to dry some stuff real quick, move everything to the drain. I'll move it into the sun so it dries.
You can't even see the wet spots.
I know, it sucks. Well, ready, watch this, here we go.
Oh, yep, there you go.
You can see that. That's a dangerous part. Like, this ball looks really good, but the dangerous part is you can never tell if it's wet. And I've seen a lot of kids like crash. Like, innocent little razor kids too, you know, dropping in, going to turn, BAM! Right into the lip. So I'm gonna try to dry the ball, and then we're gonna run some scooters. Alrighty, so we're gonna get started in the medium here. We're gonna do some 5-0 stalls. Test out this nice back end right here. As you can see, the curve looks super sweet. I haven't done that many 5-0 grinds, but when I have, it's been nice. We're going to do some stalls, start it off nice and easy, get into it.
Woo!
My back. Your back.
Woo!
Well, got some 5-0 stalls out the way. Time for my favourite thing to do here, some lip slide combos. Ride a ball like how it's supposed to be ridden, right?
Bangers.
It's kind of sketchy. I don't know if you can see, like, it's actually still kind of really wet in the bowl.
Yeah, it's too dark, but
Yeah,
a little bit.
Nice. I don't know, we're gonna head down. We're gonna ride this square ledge over here. So it's got like really heavy metal coping on there. And we're gonna test out the crook plates at the front. See how they go. Now when it comes to crooks on a scooter, I find it's really a hit and miss. It really depends on what the ledge is like. As you guys can see, I'm not a huge fan of the ledges here at Frankston. Purely because the coping kind of sticks up here. So if you want to do blunt slides or anything like that, it kind of makes it impossible. And this isn't the slipperiest surface, but it's usually okay for crooks. So we're going to do some back crooks and some front crooks. I guess I'll see how it goes.
Yeah. I will never understand that trick.
Try front side.
Oh, that noise was beautiful.
That was shocking, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Seriously, first impressions of the crook, quite nice. It's actually got a crook groove right here. As you can see, it's got the little dip. But I feel like I'm not even using the crook groove. I feel like I'm using more of the peg, if anything. The groove in the middle here, I feel like it's too much on an angle. So the angle you want to get in, get that.
So you're definitely using the peg because you can hear it.
Yeah. I don't know if it's a crook. The peg might be hitting at some point, but it feels quite nice. That was the first time I've ever done a front crook heel, so I mean, that's telling you something right there. I got that, what, a couple of tries, so it's quite nice. We're going to use the back end right now. We're going to do some 5.0s. I know for a fact 5.0s are quite nice on this. I've done a bunch of 5.0s on it on the days I've rode it, but I'm going to smash out a couple of tricks. Real easy.
Oh, nice. Climb.
Yeah, claim that one. Not bad. This is a terrible ledge. Like, anyone's rode the skate park, not a fan of this ledge. I do prefer front 5.0s over back 5.0s. I don't know what it is. I think the pressure point is less on the front, so you don't grip as much, but it definitely slides better on a front side 5.0 than the back side 5.0, but we're gonna get 2 or 3 more tricks. Call it a day here. Well, we're going to call it quits for this skate park. I mean, this skate park's fun and all, but I don't think it's that good of a skate park for a test video. We're going to head to Chelsea or somewhere with a flat bar. See you guys there. So the ball's dried up enough for me to actually get some clips in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set the camera up. Some nice self-film clips of myself riding that quarter pipe Tommy's riding right here. So I had a little session on the coping over there. It was really fun. We're going to go to Chelsea and we're going to do some 50-50s on the flat bar and ride the A-frame rail and stuff there. Have a sesh. See you guys there. No, we are here just signing shoes and that.
There's some fresh kicks.
There you go, buddy. Helmet too. Alrighty, we've made it to a very, very busy Chelsea skate park. I was here the other day and I was kind of blinding a little bit doing 50-50s on the rail. So we're going to wax her up, do some 50s, do some grinds, then we're going to move over to the big fat boy over there. That rail over there is super fun to ride. We'll finish off on the A-frame or something like that. Maybe even on the back quarter. The deck's super nice so far. I'll talk a little bit about it at the end, but got the wax, gonna wax it up. finished up a session here at Chelsea. Fully done testing this bad boy. I'm gonna be riding this for a while, but I'm gonna head home. Talk to you there. So I just got home. I'm about to start editing this video, and I'm gonna talk about what I did like and what I didn't like about the Aztek. Overall, it is a super nice deck. If you guys like a big 6 wide, 6x23 or 6x22.5, whatever you want to call it, anywhere in between that, I hope they're not all like that because it's just going to be a bit of a disappointment from a manufacturer side of things. I know Aztek might be too wrapped with that, but that's just my deck. So if you guys get one, make sure to measure it up, let them know. I think it will be more so a China problem rather than Aztek's fault, so don't go blaming them, alright? Just don't go blaming them. But I'm going to talk about the things I did like about the deck. I did like how it slid. It was very nice for board slides, the way it actually grinded, or ground, I guess. Yeah, it was really nice, and it slid super nicely once you're on there. I did my longest slip slide I've ever done 2 days ago. I'm going to post it right now. I slid forever on the lip side, which is really good. I kind of just sat in that, so it slides like butter, which is really nice. And I like how responsive the deck feels. The deck feels really nice. You can really feel it underneath you, and the concave is perfect. I could honestly do with a little bit more, but that's fine. Everyone has their own preferences. The concave was really, really nice. I don't know the actual degree of concave on the deck because I couldn't find any specs on the concave anywhere online. So the deck itself was super, super sick. I really like the front end system, the crook grooves. This is the first deck I've ever rode with a crook groove in there. And then the kind of rounded front ends was really, really nice. Crooks felt so nice on it. I've been loving crooks lately, which is a bonus, so now I can do even more. Crooks are a bit of a hit and miss, like I said earlier. It just really depends on what the ledge is like or what the surface is like. The head tube angle was super good, 84 degrees head tube. I think anything 83 and over is nice. Anything below that is prehistoric. And you should not be riding a head tube less than 83. I think that's just my personal opinion, obviously. That's why I'm making this video, but that's my opinion right there. Definitely gonna have to say that one. But I'm gonna talk about the things that I didn't like. One major thing I didn't like was the curved sides. I was not a fan. I'm not a fan of the curved edges because when I do board slides, I feel like you just don't feel like you're flat. It feels very easy to kind of loop out on a board slide. So if you're trying to do a kink or something like that, you don't want to be looping out and just sacking on a rail. So it's still taking me a while to get used to it. The curve just on the side, I'm not a huge fan of that. I'd like a more square. I like to sit flat on the rail, but I can understand where they're coming from. It looks nice. I mean, that's all I can think of that would be on there for. The look, maybe, I don't know. I'm not too into the manufacturing side of things, but yeah, that was one thing. And 50s are a bit of a hit and miss for me. 50s, I don't know, like even on coping, it was kind of grippy. It would slide if I waxed the coping, waxed the deck, but as soon as the wax started to go, the 50s kind of gripped a little bit. But again, guys, this is my personal opinion. This is my review right now. So you guys might think completely different. But that's going to do it for today's video, guys. I had a blast riding this deck. I'm going to continue to ride it for a while. Drop some parts down below that you want to see me review. Because, you know, I've got a lot of spare time in my hands right now. And I've actually got some Triad stuff in my room. I've had that sitting there for a while. So I might do some Triad reviews. That'll be really cool. But if you guys did enjoy this one, be sure to give it a like, comment, subscribe, do that kind of good stuff. It helps me, supports me, gets your boy paid because I gotta make money somehow. But I'll see you in the next one. Peace.